Welcome everyone, this is your host Pipe Runner, joining you today from the beautiful city of Oslo. How are you guys doing today? We have Gamma playing as the English in the color blue, spawning in on the west side of the map, while we have Nemesis playing as the Ayyubids, spawning in on the east side of the map, playing in the color red. This match pretty much marks the start of the much awaited tournament. And let's see how things go. I believe Nemesis and Gamma both are in the Gold to Platinum League. And they have been trying a few things in the game. I mean, I saw them practicing a bit before this matchup, so I think we might have some exciting plays. And you can always expect some crazy strat coming up from the Gold and Platinum League. Very good scouting from Gamma Kid, missing this sheep. That's alright. And Nemesis is also doing a very perfect scouting maneuver. Also, wisdom goes up. So this again is a tactical blunder. You never know where the opponent scout is, and this can be nabbed. Intercepted rather, right between your TC and the path they are traveling. Gamma, I think, managed to grab 3 sheep. I don't see any additional sheep, I think. Oh, not paying attention. This will bite him in the ass later on. Because these sheep are basically what keep you alive when the enemy pounces on your base, you know. But then again, as English, you are the one generally pouncing on people instead of waiting for the opponent to pounce on you. Nemesis aging up with the military wing, which will spawn a desert raider every 2 minutes, I think. This desert raider can switch between a melee form and a ranged form. And of course, they are effective against cavalry, but they can be extremely annoying for builds that are not in the range of a tower or a TC. Of course, Desert Raider being a ranged unit gets countered by Horseman, because Horseman gets bonus damage against ranged units. And also, I think the Desert Raiders don't have any ranged armor, which means they take a lot of damage from ranged units as well. So, I would have expected a council hall, actually. That would have been a nice unit to deal with Desert Raiders, and the Ayyubids would not have anything in terms of an answer to a longbow rush. Perhaps a tower eventually. Okay, I can put a tower here. But it's okay. It's alright, it's all good. Now, Gamma is aware of this tower. And I think he should also be able to figure out the intention of the Ayyubids. If you see a tower on gold, it generally means it's a fast castle. Of course, Ayyubids having access to Culture Wing, which allows you for a faster and cheaper castle age. But I think the meta is going with the Eco Wing growth, which grants you additional villagers. So let's see what Gamma plans to do. Going up with an archery range. Interesting. King and not a second DC. So this can be a king all-in kind of a build, but I don't know what's the plan, because the king will get countered by the Desert Raider, by the way. Perhaps Nemesis did not spot the king, but then again, I mean, even if the king goes here, the best he can do is harass the berries, but Nemesis has managed to grab like 16 sheep? Yeah, close to 16 sheep, I think. Now, this Desert Raider going all the way here to find the stone, but I think it will check to see that there has been no stone collected, so he knows that there is no second TC. Gamma going up with the farms. And one more hit. Okay, first villager of the game goes down. And now the longbows come out. The problem is, Nemesis might be able to age up before the longbows even make it out here and do any significant damage. And if the Ayyubids age up, then you are in big trouble, because they will immediately start spamming Ghulams and camel lancers, which are quite problematic to deal with. So let's see what happens. Longbows chilling out here. Can't make sense of the build here. Villagers idling. Again, this can be attributed to the fact that Gamma missed out on a lot of sheep, so Gamma will have food issues eventually, but as we know, English does not really suffer from food issues at all. And the camels are out. And the king gets camel unease, so the king gets debuffed, and now I think Gamma has to be extra careful not to lose the king, because if you lose the king, it requires 200 units of resources to actually train him back. Get your king. Don't know what's the word again. Crowned? You crown the king? They crown a king. Yeah. There we go. So what's going on? Nemesis being extra careful with the scout so that he gets extra vision and making these desert raiders more effective. Because of these desert raiders, the king is not going to be that useful now. Still training longbows, no spear in sight. I'm not sure what's the plan here. He's not fast castling. Oh no, the scout goes down like immediately. And he'll just keep kiting and the scout will die. Once your scout goes down, yeah, becomes a bit problematic. Oh, the scout should escape. Bit of a micro issue. The king might go down as well, actually. These longbows should go out and do some damage. I mean, Gamma is letting Nemesis age up. And he himself, I don't know, the macro seems okay in terms of a castle age timing, so he only has 2 villages on gold, but somehow still managed to get this macro. I don't know how, but interesting. The raiding party comes in. And the scout might go down. No, it won't. It won't. But this desert raider might. 0 ranged armor. Perhaps not. Okay, Gamma fixing his macro, realizing that he can go for an age up. I think he will. Any moment now. Going up with the King's Palace. Okay. Okay, that's a problem. Nemesis is already age 3. And I believe he went up with the... If I'm not mistaken, he went up with the Eco Wing. What was it again? Growth? Yeah. So that gives you additional builds. And I think it's 5 additional wills in Castle Age. and 9 additional wills in Imperial, I think. The king trying to do something. Not sure what it is, but the thing is, going up with the King's Palace is an interesting decision because the more the game goes on, the better English will be in terms of eco. But the problem is now English won't be able to deny any of the relics that the Ayyubids will be going out for. That means free gold. Free gold. And you do not want to give your opponent free gold. A resource that is limited on the map and something that you would need. But then again, English does not need a lot of gold in Imperial once you get the enclosure upgrade, which makes your farm produce 1 gold every 5 seconds. So the more farms you have, the better it is. And as English, obviously, you want to have many farms. Will the king go down this time? Maybe not. Have the desert raiders been upgraded? There is no stable, so no upgrade. We have the first archery range coming in. Perhaps Nemesis is expecting men-at-arms. I don't think Nemesis has scouted anything like anything recently in Gamma's base, so I don't know if he is aware of what kind of army composition Gamma has. A monk going out on the field. A bit too late. A bit too late. That's okay. Dismissed him. Oh, no, okay. So we have it here. Good, good, good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I think we'll see our first battle here, but I don't think the army composition is correct for taking this battle. He won't be able to take this fight. Can at least... Okay. Okay. These men-at-arms will I mean, the Ghulams will instantly kill the longbow, so Gamma has to be a bit careful. Has to micro a bit harder. Okay. The crossbow numbers are decent for taking down the Ghulams, but he has to micro. And the king needs to... Okay. Perfect. That's perfect. King goes back, but joins the fight again. Barely manages to live. Have we had the first major battle? We have 4 Ghulams on the field, 3 desert raiders. And now fighting under the network of castles. Giving the English army additional firing rate for the ranged units. So crossbows fire faster. Crossbows fire faster. Perfect. Actually, it seems when enemies are nearby, this building sounds an alarm causing nearby units. So it applies to every unit, not just... Oh, okay. Now I get it why the English tower is so overpowered. In terms of army numbers, Gamma is not there yet, falling short of 10 units. But I don't think he's producing wills. I think he's forgetting, or his food eco is not there. I'm not sure what's going on. Like, he has a second TC, but he is still behind Nemesis in terms of numbers. Not making wills. That's a major blunder. And Gamma also has a villager chilling out here in the back. Where is this monk going? Okay, this monk dies. Me God. And the Manjani joins the fray. Let's see if we can get a better angle of this thing, this butte. Perfect. 2 dervish, 3 desert raiders. Okay, let's get back into the game. Now again, Gamma is falling behind in military and in eco. It's problematic. This villager won't be able to make this tower, and he should be cancelling this if he wants to preserve the resources. Failing to refresh this lumber camp. And I have a feeling that Gamma forgot to take wheelbarrow as well. Okay. How about no eco upgrade? No military upgrades at all. While Nemesis is up with the Witch Revits, so +1 ranged defense, +1 ranged attack. Even though in terms of ranged units, I don't think Nemesis has a lot going on. Okay, finally Gamma remembering to make villages, but again, like he forgets. I mean, in terms of food, eco is okay, but I'm not sure why he's not making units. The game slowly sliding in the favor of Ayyubids. It's not looking good for the English, to be honest. The English king charges and teaches the dervish a lesson. But the problem is now the Ayyubid army will sandwich the English army. Maybe Gamma realizes this and he falls back. Okay, the tower goes up, extending the network of castles bonus for the English army. Oh my god, it's not even like it starts ringing the bell even when they're not in the range of the circle. Okay, this fight needs to be taken in a very careful manner, and I think Gamma should not overextend without vision. Okay, decent fight. Army numbers equalizing with the mangonel change, with the rework of the siege. I think it's easier to dodge mangonels now. Very good micro there, but now Gamma will get surrounded, and his ranged units might get picked off by the horsemen. And this might actually look like a bit of a cleanup here, to be honest. Nemesis still rallying units, Ghulams and crossbows. And even with the network of castles, it seems like the fight did not go in the favor of the English player. Unfortunate, but I think it might be over pretty soon. And with the arrow to the knee, English yields. With overwhelming numbers and superior map control, Nemesis wins the round. But stay tuned, since we have 2 more games before the final winner of this matchup is decided. If you enjoyed the casting session, consider subscribing to our channel. If you learned something new, or if there are any suggestions you would like me to consider, be sure to mention that in the comment section. If there is a game that you would like me to cast, feel free to fill out the form that has been mentioned in the description section. You can join our amazing community of RTS players by clicking on the invitation link to our Discord server. So ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.